2018 Kia Niro PHEV first drive review embracing the new normal. A shroud of intangibility conceals the 2018 Kia Niro Plug-In Hybrid, wherever it wanders in Los Angeles. In Southern California's significant urban areas, modules and electric vehicles line the carports and stop up the interstates like no place else in the United States. What's more, every time another EV/FCV/HEV/PHEV/PHEV/ZEV hits the roads, eco-disapproved of drivers cherishes acronyms, it's apparently going after consideration. Be that as it may, the Niro PHEV, which is set to dispatch inescapably in real markets over the United States, isn't searching for consideration. It's the latest, under-the-radar punch at the Toyota Prius family from the South Korean maker intrigued by taking piece of the pie. On the off chance that Kia went for the Toyota Prius with the customary Niro half and half, it shot dead on at the properties of the Prius Prime module when building up the Niro PHEV. Like the Prius Prime, the Niro PHEV has an all-electric scope of 26 miles. Its 3.3 kilowatt-hour installed charger is the very same quality as the Toyota's. What's more, both modules take around 3 hours to completely charge on a level 2, 240V charger, connected to a grounded family outlet for an overnight revive. Those are not really class driving numbers, yet hypothetically enough to fulfill the requests of around-town driving. The comparably valued Chevrolet Volt offers double the electric range, as does the bigger Honda Clarity Plug-In Hybrid. What you get with the Niro PHEV, fundamentally, is a Niro that is perfect in the event that you have overnight access to EV charging. We won't reiterate the subtle elements of how the Niro appears all around. For that, look at our first drive here, since it's about indistinguishable to the cordless model. Past half and half blue accents on the outside, it's hard to recognize the most up-to-date Niro from a separation. The inside is almost indistinguishable, also, and no trunk space was relinquished by the huge 8.9 kilowatt-hour battery that sits underneath the payload hold. Furthermore, the aggregate framework energy of 139 pull, the same than the Niro, implies this is all the more a drag strip challenger for a Prius than, say, the considerably speedier Chevrolet Bolt. A surprisingly benevolent element is the capacity for the charge port to naturally open once the Niro PHEV achieves a full charge, enabling other EV drivers to securely unplug the Kia and taste power for themselves. Those harsh drivers should be well bruised about the Niro PHEV, nonetheless, to know this ability exists. The auto offers no express pointers. For good measure, we chose to leave the flatlands of Orange County for the testing slopes of Malibu, a separation of around 70 thruway miles. When we set out, the Niro PHEV's battery was everything except exhausted from the earlier day's driving. You experience those 26 miles of all-electric range rapidly. Without the help of a completely charged battery, we battled a bit in passing moves, despite the fact that the Niro PHEV joyfully traveled simply over as far as possible. In fact, the Niro PHEV offers 2 drive modes, Eco, Default, and Sport, selectable through apparatus lever, and 2 modes to utilize and energize Vitality, Hybrid, and EV. Not at all like some modules, there is no hold mode or a forceful battery revive setting. Once you've devoured the juice, there's no moment to energize. After around an hour of unpredictable movement, mismatching Southern California's turnpike maze, we came to the Malibu Gorge streets, and pushed the apparatus lever over to sport mode. The Niro PHEV may not be made for twisty streets, but rather it barely shied away from the test. Making the lofty 2,000-foot climb to the highest point of the street intensely depleted the electric save control. However, a light touch and shockingly overwhelming regenerative braking returned 5 miles of all-electric range at the base of the slope. Body roll was negligible, and the eco-accommodating Michelins didn't screech as much obviously, in view of encounters with comparatively prepared vehicles. We're attempting to change the view of modules. When all is said and done, Niro item administrator Garrett Ono let us know. Niro was worked to be a committed, charged stage on Ono's list of things to get for future Niro variations. Higher ground freedom, a sportier rendition, and more prominent utility. At 6.3 crawls off the ground, the Niro PHEV doesn't qualify as a sub-cafe norms, something that could demonstrate valuable to Kia, as it intends to influence module half and halves to some portion of a bigger procedure that additionally incorporates power module vehicles. Toward the day's end of driving, these attributes appeared well and good for the downplayed, sure Niro PHEV. Without significantly more electric range than the opposition, it may not propel the diversion for module half and halves, but rather it sweetens the arrangement for the amiable Niro. Factor in nearby discounts, credits, and impetuses, and it can bode well than the Niro that can't be connected to. You won't go after consideration, just charge or get to, and still, at the end of the day just once in a while.